Peace. Soul Tribe, yours truly, Ivory Soul's Journey. Grand rising, great day. Good morning. Osiyo. Bonjour. Hope everybody's having a wonderful morning so far. I know it's still early. 8:32 here in Texas. We're going to see what we got going on this morning. Give y'all a couple minutes to come in here. Give you a couple more minutes to come in here. Let's see what we got going on. Don't forget to hit that like button as you're coming in. Appreciate it. It just helps more people to find out where we at. Sunday hangout. Sunday hangout. Don't forget to hit that like button, y'all, as you're coming into the live. Sunday hangout. What's up, y'all? Everybody have a good night's sleep? Hopefully you did. I'm sure you did. One second here. And go on and put that in there while we good. What's up, Deborah? What's up, Happy Lee? Sure, Ann. What's going on? Y'all good? Hopefully everybody can hear me. Some things are just destined to happen. Some things are destined to happen in this present moment. Not it happened because it was destined to happen at that point in time. And there's reason for all of these things that we see transpiring around the country and around the world. And for a lot of it, it's destined. Cat Syrian girl, Grand Rising, good morning. I put a simple little mathematical thing up there. And I know some people might be like, okay, 1959 equals 24. For those who know how I got to the 24, then you understand it. So there's 4 things that I want to talk about in this here. Some things are just destined to happen. It's just as simple as that. We are in transformative destiny energy, y'all. And I know a lot of people, they have their reasons, they have their belief systems, they got whatever it is they want. They got what they feel like is the real deal, holy feel. But I want to talk about a couple of things. Hold on. I'm going to pull out a couple of cards to kind of like give, just my little personal overview. That's all. What's up, Callie? What's up, you? Y'all do good. Everybody do good. Hold on, I'm looking for one more. Give me one more. One more minute. There you go. Okay. And I'm just going to use a few cards to kind of give some kind of explanation on the reason why I hold dear and true what I know. Oh, I'm missing one. What happened? What happened? Hold on. I'm missing a card. Give me one more second. Give me one more second here, y'all, while y'all coming in here. What's up, Jalecia? Marie, what's up? Y'all good? I'm gonna find this card. Let me get one more card, y'all. We good. And I can start chopping, lopping, chopping, lopping, chopping, lopping, chopping, lopping. There you go. Bam. I'm good now. I'm good. All right. Some things are destined to happen. Now, if you're like me, if you're like me, you're looking at things happening, and you got, even if you don't understand everything, you got a general idea. So I got a couple cards here, a few cards here that I'm gonna use as part of my aid, if you will, to explain some things. Okay, got all the cards. Everybody doing good. What's up, Sure Ann? Everybody doing good. Some things are destined to happen. Okay. Oftentimes, y'all see me use this deck right here. And I call it my universal language deck because it deals with synchronicities and numbers. I got two of those decks. Don't need a whole lot because I do have a formula that I've been using, oh my goodness, at least 25 years when it comes to figuring out some form of meaning to different things based on using numbers. Because the universal language, I'm not talking about the language that you call English or the language that you speak. The universal language, right? What's up, K. Elam? So, right now, there's a couple situations going on that a lot of people are talking about. And it has a lot to do with the entertainment industry, culture, religion, and politics, and then social. Those five things. So major changes is happening whether we want it to or not, whether we believe it, whether we take our books, our religious literature, and what have you, and we try to take our religious literature to explain and to clarify and to come to a conclusion. But ain't nobody using no damn language, no universal language. Most people are not using it. That's the first, if there's such a thing as original language, it would be the language of the universe or omniverse, multiverse, whatever you want to call it. I wanna share something with y'all. Let me share something with y'all. Let me put these in order. In alphabetical order. We'll just do alphabetical order. Right? All right. I got them in alphabetical order. All right. Let's deal with these people that originated in an area we call Piedmont area. This would be an area that's a combination of three, and you can add on a fourth, but definitely three, Well, let's just go ahead and say four states. And that, let's just say Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Okay. Now, if you want to know, now it depends on where you get your sources from, your information. Some things you're just going to have to intuitively put together the pieces to figure out what the fuck's going on, to come to any kind of logical conclusion. You can't use all of man's history because the history in this country is so tainted, it's so daunting, it's so dark, it's so hidden, it's so secretive, you know, to whereas there's things that if you wanted to know about this corporation, not a country, not a nation, but this corporation, then it's going to take you, if you really want to know the sources, there's two other places, and you got to leave America. This is the trifecta. You got to leave America to get to the root source of a lot of things that's happening in this country. You got to first go back to that royal family in England and Europe, because that is the immediate parents of the settlers over here. Let me say that again. In order to just really get to the source of a lot of things that's happening in this corporation, this republic, you got, like, if I wanted to find out things about me, I got to go talk to who? Who are two people that I can talk to? My mother and my father. Who are other people? My grandmother, my grandfather. Who are other people? My great-grandmother, my great-grandfather. That would be me. One definite source of information about me and my physical origin here on this planet, right? All right, so we've established that. Now, if you're looking at it in terms of ancestral, then I have to go back so far here on this land, because this is where my people are from. They didn't come off no boats. I'm not saying nobody else came off a boat. If you saying you came off a boat, you and your folks, that's fine. I'm not going to debate and argue what nobody said they come from, right? Me and mine came from here. We came from here. We got thousands of years of history right here. Okay. So when you think about settlers, that's a nice way of saying invaders. Because I can't just, okay, imagine this here. Now, again, some things are just destined. We're going to get into it some more. But imagine me coming to your house, your home, or your property, and you own some land. Let's say you got, I don't know, 2 acres, 5 acres, whatever, an acre, whatever you got. And I settle there. And you wake up one morning and you look on the backside of your land, and there go my ass. Not only is me, I got some folks with me. So you're going to do what? You're going to come back to, hey, what the fuck y'all doing? Now I'm going to be, because you're a stranger and I'm on a strange land. I'm on a strange, they on a strange land. They don't know nothing about nothing. Whoever came in my property, the backyard, the backside of the land, however much land that I got, and they settled there. This is a nice way of calling settlers invaders. When they're talking about culture, you're talking about colonials. Quakers. So me, or let's say my people, my ancestors looking at these people. Now, here we go. Let me recap it again. So make sure you grab it. This corporation, this republic, it is not a nation. There was already nations here. It is not a country. Because geographically, this is not settlers' country in terms of rightful ownership. They're settlers who arrived here on vessels, boats, whatever, from Europe, who brought them here because at the time, Europe was going through so many changes after the Reformation, and Europe was going through so many changes with diseases, with famines, with starvations, that they started allowing these quote unquote, back then, modern day, we call it militia, but these groups of people who was persecuted. Follow me good now. There's two groups of people who were persecuted. And I want y'all to remember that little story they tell y'all in between Esau and Jacob. Listen. So we got these two groups of people, these two groups. And one group is the royal family. So the settlers here were sent here by the royal family on a contract. Listen, they doing business, trading business with my people on this land. You call them indentured service because before 1618, 1611, some shit like that, there was no such thing as called white people. None. That came after, right? Not a racist here. Some things are just destined. Listen. So my parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, great, all the way back, they are on this land. There's a connection to us. And, of course, South America, Australia, Asia, Russia, China, Middle East, Far East, Near East, Africa, because it was one landmass. And then after certain natural global effects, disasters, volcanoes, asteroids, it separates this one landmass. Now, in their books, don't y'all gonna make me go out and pull out their book. In their books, there's a group of people that's not from this here planet. You don't believe me, do? So so now y'all want me to go and prove shit. Now I done shared this before. Now I'm gonna read it to you because I'm gonna show y'all something. And you're gonna find too many people want to talk about this. Why? Because everybody religious. Hold on. Give me a second. I got several of these books. Hold on. Versions, because it's so many different versions that I have. I have several versions. That's how I was able to put two and two together years ago. All right, so we got a Bible here. These settlers, this is what they brought with them. They had already went to war, a Reformation war, the Catholic and the Protestants. Because why? This dude here, King James, Catholic Church didn't want to have nothing to do with Queen James. Listen to me good now. Because some things are destined to happen. I want to read to you. There's a group of people on this planet, whoever, maybe they look like me, maybe they don't. Maybe they look like you, maybe they don't. Maybe they pay us, whatever. There's a group of people on this planet. And a lot of us have connections, right, to these people. All right, so they're not from this planet. I'm going to read it to you. We ain't going to go deep. We ain't going to go too deep. We just going to go to Genesis just for a minute. Hold on. Listen. This is not my ancestors' book. This is not what we believe. If you can't handle that, if you can't stomach that, this colonial book, this is not what we governed ourselves by as a people. This was not part of our culture or our spiritual system. All right, now, let me continue. I'm going to read this here. Genesis, the 6th chapter. I'm going to read this and be done, and we're going to move on. Genesis, the 6th chapter. There you go. Right there. It's already highlighted. Hold on. It says here in the 6th chapter, I had so many questions when I was behind that pulpit just about this alone. Hold on. When man, who is man? It's not Anglo-Saxons. Homo sapiens, people that look like me and you like. God-like people. When man began to multiply on the face of the land, it didn't even say earth. But now we know that this, according to their story, this is not my ancestor's story. First and foremost, I don't want to keep, but I'm going to keep emphasizing that. This is not our story. Hold on. When man began to multiply on the face of the land, daughters were born to them. The sons of God. Now, this is their God. In God we trust. In their God. God. Every time you turn around, it's God. But now let's watch this here. It says the sons of God. So God is not from this planet. God ain't from this planet. I'm reading it to you. You already, people who pray to God of this book, they know that God ain't down there. He up there somewhere, got a big old desk watching everybody down there, according to this book. We're not going to go deeper. The sons of God saw with the eyes. The daughters of man. So that means that men down here on this earth, according to this book, who had daughters. The sons of God. So that means that that's some kind of a terrestrial being. Somebody that's not from this here planet. If I go further, I can prove it to you. But they were attracted to the daughters of men. So they was attracted to our women. Damn. These some fine sisters. They melanated, they chocolate, they thick, they look good. Listen. And they took as their wives. Took. That's a force. So we got a foreign deity, foreign deities. Listen to me now. That have come here by way of some God, their God, that's in the sky somewhere, his sons, down here. They done got here some kind of way. Now, if I went further in the research, I can tell you how they got here, but they got here some kind of way. And they looking at these fine sisters walking around here. At this point in time, there are no Europeans, no Asians, nothing. No Hispanics, none of these people, none of this shit existed there. Anyway, and they took by force as their wives any they choose, meaning that anybody they wanted to be there, come here. Why? They forced, they took. Then the Lord said, now there's a difference between Lord and God. Lord, there's somebody down here. Anyway, then the Lord said, my spirit, so if we talk about God, shall not abide with man forever. Why? Can I teach this morning? Some things is just destined, and then watch how I tie it all in. My spirit shall not abide in man forever. This is some God in the sky talking. For he is flesh. Okay, he created him back in Genesis, the 2nd chapter. He is flesh. His days shall be 120 years. All right, cool. The Nephilims were on the earth in those days. These are giants. The Nephilim were on earth in those days. And also afterward. So in those days, and they still here. It's finna be some, they telling y'all about alien invasions and all of this kind of shit. No, there's some shit getting ready to go down. Now, I done told y'all now why they banned me from social media. I be loving this shit because this shit that I've been knowing since the mid-90s. Anyway, watch me bring this here on home. 120 years. The Nephilims. Okay, so let's see what Nephilims are. Let's just, thank you. Can't even. Class in session. If you don't like school, I'm sorry. We ain't in school. I ain't schooling nobody. I ain't teaching nobody. I'm just having a conversation. That's it. You ain't got to believe shit that I'm saying. Watch this here, though. Hold on. Hold on for a minute. Hold on. We're going to see. I'm going to use the information that they give you. Hold on. All right, now listen to me now. I just read to you verse 4, Genesis, 6th chapter, 5th flow. No, I'm just kidding. 6th chapter, verse 4. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days and afterwards. Who are these Nephilims? Listen, the Nephilim are a group of mysterious beings or people of unusual strength and size that are mentioned in the Hebrew Bible. This ain't a Hebrew Bible. Anyway, a whole nother lecture. The Christian Old Testament is what they call the Hebrew Bible. There's a reason why, a whole nother lecture. The Nephilim are referenced in Genesis and Numbers and may also be referred to in Ezekiel. But hold on. Nephilims described as what? Living both before and after the flood. Let me say this to y'all. This ain't my history. There's the shit that they print in your books. Listen, living both before and after the flood. Now, according to this story, if I go further in Genesis, you will find out. I'm gonna tie all of this here in with Pluto and Uranus. Listen, hold on. Before and after the flood, they said in this book that only 8 souls were saved after the flood. So already they contradicting their damn self. Now I'm reading right here in their other books that they are sons of God. Anyway, warriors of renown and heroes of old, the offspring of the union between the sons of God and the daughters of human. They not from this planet now. I've already established this. Watch this here. Hold tight. Now, some people, according to them, I don't believe this shit, but I'm just giving it to you. According to their book and their God, this ain't none of my God. This ain't got nothing to do with me and my folks. Now listen. They were fallen angels. So how did God's son fall? This ain't the devil. This ain't got shit to do with the 1/3 that Lucifer was supposed to have deceived. Let me go somewhere else. Hold on. Watch this here. Watch this here. Nephilim were on the earth in those days and afterward, meaning that they still here. Hold on now. Now, then the Lord said, my spirit. So we know that their God is what? A spirit, an energy, not a human. Spirit. Now, in this same book, it says, God says what? I'm God. I'm a spirit. And if you want to worship me in spirit and in truth. I know y'all thought y'all was coming to get some tarot this morning. Then snuck one in. Hopefully they don't block me or take the video down. So God said, if you're going to worship me, their God, not my folks' God, their God. My folks' God is not in this book. If you're going to worship me, you got to worship me what? In spirit. So what does that mean? These were spirit beings taking on the form of human bodies by way of cloning themselves with Homo sapiens. This ain't got shit to do with Adam and Eve, folks. Another lecture. When the sons of God came into the daughters of men, they had children. Screenshot it. They had children. Who is these children? Now, if these here God's sons, these Nephilims, these so-called giants that are also renowned, powerful, warrior, spirit beings, but fallen, and they force themselves on the women, the divine feminine principle of the earth. Damn. Boy, if I can teach this morning, I would really, 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 really teach. So they got with the women and had children. Yeah, they did. They bore children to them. These were the mighty men who were of old, the men of renown. Now, these are your Samsons, your Goliaths, your hermits, your whoever, comic book characters, Superman, Aquaman, whoever you want to call it. The Lord saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth. Wait a minute. Stop. So God of this book, that's not my folks, God. So God of this book. So now you saying that man is wicked. What about your boys? What about your sons? They the one came down here and forced themselves on our sisters. Right? That's the book. What's great on the earth? The wickedness of man. His sons ain't wicked. They done came here, they fallen. I don't know how the hell they got here other than they just fallen or they traveled here. But they not from here. And every intention of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Talking about man, he says shit about his boys, his sons, that rape women as many as they wanted to, according to this book. And the Lord regretted, oh, he did, huh? That he had made man on the earth. Lord and God, I'm telling you, if you knew like I knew, it's two different energies, two different entities. But we're going to call it for the sake of this book. So it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out man whom I've created. What the book say? Hold on, y'all. I have created from the face of the land man and animals and creeping things and birds of the heavens, for I am sorry that I have made them. Listen, whose fault is that? You omniscient, you omnipotent, you omnipresent, you all-knowing. So you mean to tell me that according to their story, their omnipotent, all-knowing, all-powerful God couldn't see the future? He couldn't stop his boys? He could have stopped his boy. He God. He all-powerful. Leave them women alone. Bring your ass back to the crib. Go to another planet. Deal with women like you. Listen, y'all. We're gonna get us a little something this morning. Now we're gonna bring this here shit on back up in here. Let's bring this here back in here. Hold tight. One second. All right. So about, depending on who you ask and what research you use, about 10,000 years ago, there was a group of people here and they established culture. And from this culture sprung out other cultures. There is no Asians, no Mexicans, no Hispanics, no None of this here. There are no Europeans. There's no settlers, no Quakers, no nothing. My people on this land. Listen. So the Catawba tribe, listen, had a variety of belief systems. And that book I just read from, this is monotheism, one God concept. So there's one God in this book that is responsible for more people being dead than his evil arch nemesis or his arch nemesis, which would be Satan, the devil. The devil only got one opportunity that God gave, quote unquote, him, according to this book, to come after and murder and kill a family called Job's family. Y'all know the story. Other than that, you're not going to see everybody in this book getting killed, raped, murdered, slaved, slaughtered. It's by the people of this God. Let me read on. Polytheism. If you don't know what that is, polytheism. Listen, that's spirituality. That is no one God concept. Hold on. So before European settlers arrived, now this area that I'm talking about, you had the Siowan Nation, the Creek Nation, the Cashapp Nation, the Catawba Nation, and the Cherokee Nation. And this area that you call the Appalachian, East Tennessee, Western North Carolina, and south of that, and parts of Virginia, because all of West Virginia, they done changed the maps around to where it's all of these here nations that existed. You can't start no nation. You can't have a nation without a spiritual system, social structure, culture, right, and land. So when you get people to come here with monotheism concept, these European settlers, and they saw what our people represented. It says the sun god was the most important spirit. I didn't say the S-O-N God. I said the S-U-N God. The sun god was the most important spirit, and minor spirits was associated with animals and elements. What elements? The universe. Fire, air, water, earth. And then governed by the sun. Air representing spirit. Hold on, y'all. If you go all the way up the East Coast, what you call Maine, you come all the way down to North Mississippi, to Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Louisiana, North and South Carolina, all the way up. That was called these several nations. Then I can add in Seminole and Chickasaw and Choctaw and so on and so forth. However, let's deal with this here right quick here, because there's some goodies in here. The sun god was the most important spirit, not God. And the minor spirits was associated with animals and elements. Spiritual healers. We talking about Siouan Nation, Creek Nation, Cashapp Nation, Catawba Nation, Cherokee Nation. The sun and the elements. Listen, spiritual healers. Conjurers were spiritual healers who provided guidance and medicine. Y'all done heard of the root doctors, root workers, and all. Anyway, provided guidance and medical care to the Catawba community. Death rituals. When a Catawba, died, the tribe will perform an elaborate ritual that included fasting, wakefulness, consciousness, and blowing ashes on the deceased. Where the ashes come from? Cremation. Listen, if the spirit was satisfied, it would return 3 days to drink from a pot of water. 3 days. The same amount of time that they be telling you that the SON God spent in Hades, in hell, in the earth, and then rose up again. Hold on, y'all. Listen. In the 1880s, a lot of the Catawba and these other tribes, nations, was forced to convert to Mormonism, Quakers. Listen. And the majority of they say tribe, I say nation because it says nation too. But the majority of the tribe still affiliated with the Mormon church in the 1550s, because in the 1950s, because these were the only people, these were the first people that they were encountered. Hold on, watch this here. Watch this here. This sounds more like my people right here. In Aboriginal times, the Catawba and other tribes were polytheistics. Listen, with the emphasis on the maintenance of harmony and balance. That's justice. So they take our whole spiritual system and use it to gain wealth, power, and the land flowing with milk and honey. Everybody on the planet want to come where? Here. Listen. Let me go back. Y'all get me all excited and shit. In 1959, give me 1 second here. Hold on. In 1959, something happened. 1959, that's the key date. $1959 is the key date. Hold on for a minute. Something happened in 1959. There it did. Yeah, it did. It happened. 1959. And that's where I'm going to go a little further. Let me get back to my notes. In 1959, the federal government, United States, terminated the Catawba Nation's tribal status. This was part of a government policy change in 1950 that asked many tribes to give up their federal status and land. The Catawba Nation fought to regain their federal recognition and treaty rights. They filed a petition with Congress in 1973. They rejected it. That was in 73. 2 years later, they come back because it was a new Congress in, and they was relying on who? These damn settlers. Listen. So in 1975, they updated their constitution. How you gonna update your constitution unless you're a nation? Listen, we ain't talking about no 18 and 16s and 15s and none. No. 6 years after I was born. Listen, before I was born, 1959. Check it out. Settled a land claim in 1993. The Catawba Nation settled a land claim. Land. Not just what they took. Land claim with the federal government of the state of South Carolina. And they got what? $50 million? Hold on. And received federal recognition status. Now, at that point in time, now we only talking about 500 and some people out of all these tens of thousands of people. Hold on. Total massacre. Hold on. Because, hold on. The Catawba community survived the Civil War. They were not renowned for their participation during the war, despite their engagements in famous battles. Man, these people, boy. So the Catawba and the American Civil War participated in the Eastern Theater. Go and look that up, y'all, if you don't know what it means. From the very beginning, the Catawba allied themselves with the Confederacy. These are your modern day Republicans. These are your modern day Democrats. These are your modern day settlers. So you had two groups of these settlers. One of them was connected and represented the royal family because they ruled for over, about 1,056 years. Your Queen Elizabeth, this bastard over here, and then her son, that's the king. Listen, they dealt with them. The other group of people were the indentured servants or the slaves or the workers that they came over here and worked on our people's land, tobacco, sugar, corn, grain, what have you, coffee. But they was doing trade with these explorers like Hernando de Soto, Americas from Italy, and then this so-called ass piece of shit called Columbus. And they was trading with these people. But what we didn't know, our people didn't know, we did not know that they were diseased. So when the 2-year agreement of this indentured contract expired, they rebelled. against the royals. So that's why you have these two groups of people, these Democrats and these Republicans. That's what separates them. And then they want to say separation between church and state. Let us run the state and the corporation, the business, while we sell y'all some, excuse my French, some bullshit. The sun god and the four elements, animals and the elements, that's nature, natural science, not formal science. That's the core of spirituality. This shit's so crazy. So this Spanish explorer in 1540 named Hernando, watch this here, y'all. Hernando de Soto, him and his troops, wherever the fuck they came from, came through the Piedmont. Near the Piedmont, what we call the Piedmont River over there in the areas of the Carolinas. Now check this here out. But they was headed out west in search of our gold. Sit. Bring it on home. Bring it on home. All right. Let me bring it on home. I got banned for teaching this shit. So the settlers that was diseased. So in 1759, those that was working on our land as indentured servants under contract from Europe, they bought that disease over here, smallpox. Damn. And in 1 year, that particular region went from 25,000 people. That particular immediate area, not all over, but that particular area specifically lost 24,000 people in 1 year to their disease. Now, those ones that survived, they became outnumbered. Check this here out. So that's why in 1959, they terminated these people in 1959. Here's the whole main thing. I'm a calculator. Come here, calculator. We're going to do a little numbers game. I use numbers in everything that I do. If I get information, I'm going to use some numbers. Verify. So we're going to take 1 plus 9 plus 5 plus 9 equals 24. Now, if I take y'all all the way back to almost the very day, remember I've been telling y'all, the past 200 and some years, almost 230, 40 years, was the last time what you see happening today actually happened. Natural disasters and disease. Our people was prepared for the storm. So 6 times 4 is 24. So 1959, if you break it down to its lowest term, if you add it up, 1 plus 9 plus 5 plus 9, it's 24. This is 2024. We're talking, that's the yearage. But then when you break it down from 24, you get 6 ancestors. When Spirit gave me this, what I mean by spirit, I just told y'all, my ancestors, we spiritual beings. I love the sun. Without the sun, there is no life down here. You can have life down here without the son. I guarantee you, because the son didn't come on the scene, well, a few centuries ago, according to their own book. Anyway, 6 times 4 is 24. Why is this significant? Because this is the year between June and October. Between June and October of first phase, 1759. In 1760, our ancestors in that land, it was taken from them by way of disease and force. Hold on. It was taken from our ancestors by way of contract. This reminds me of everybody that comes to our land. Your federal government, Uncle Sam, with the scales, gives to every group of people except for our people. This nation, this republic, this corporation has been breadcrumbing our ancestors and us for generations. So now, a lot of our people, our ancestors, had to move out of this area. And they left these people wandering. And the only thing that they was able to get out of this here is they split up 144,000 acres. They said only 144,000 chosen ones. It's all numbers, folks. By 2026, this whole nation, republic, it's going to be transformed. Pluto represents complete transformation. Everything that's hidden, secrets, and so everybody's talking about the storm aspect. They're not talking about the spiritual implication or the historical reason why my ancestors, that after death, they return in 3 days. And the Catawba, the Pigeon Rivers, they drink water from there, which means that what? They have life. And their spirits, they're spiritual beings. So when I was playing for y'all that little snippet of Baba Gregory, Dick Gregory, talking about the hurricane is a black woman. Man, look. Native, not black. Aborigine. The woman that, see, a lot of people don't realize or don't know that where my folks is from, even in the Delta, that's the Nile. A lot of people don't know that there are more pyramids on this land than it is in Egypt. There are more pyramids in Nubia, modern day Sudan, than it is in Egypt. There was a global spiritual system, and we migrated all over the planet. So whoever these his so-called beings, they're gods. their God, their daddy, they gonna lose. Because my ancestors took a tropical depression, what was supposed to have been a rainmaker. They've had tropical depressions for years to come up through North Carolina and South Carolina, East Tennessee, and Georgia, and Florida. All of this here is your ancestors' land. And so we had to move around, being forced by this federal government, these settlers, what my ancestors called the beast. And that's how we got scattered all over the planet. A lot of the elders that they didn't kill, they put them on boats, knowing that they was not going to make it to wherever they was going to send them to. We didn't come over here from Africa. For those that went, they sent our elders, the ones that were high-ranking spiritual beings. They either killed them or sent them away. But they didn't know that in 3 days. We're not monotheism. We're not monolithic. We don't believe in that one God concept. We don't believe in your book. And yes, the ancestors rose to the occasion last Friday, almost to the very day that this government in 1959 said, y'all no longer exist. And at the end of the day, this is what's getting ready to happen right here. Some things are destined, and they're going to have to deal with this shit for the next 20 years because they're going to be migrating. They're going to be migrating. Everything that's happening now is destined. This is not by design or accident. It's supposed to happen. So when you see this alignment, Pluto, Jupiter, and Uranus in the future, next year, and in 2026, this whole country and planet, especially this country, is going to go through a major transformation. And the governments of this land, according to their own book, it's going to be taken away. According to this book, if I teach from it. There was the part of me that felt so much gratitude and spiritual retribution for my ancestors. Because, see, here's the thing. 2024. Now, I've been telling people this here offline for 25 years now. You're not going to get no reparations, but you're going to get your land back and everything on it. These people that's in these areas, Piedmont, Newport, Chimney Rock, that was a sacred spiritual ground that our ancestors went to, right? To perform their spiritual rituals during different moon cycles. This is harvest season for the ancestors. That's why this took place during harvest season. And right now, from a standpoint of universal order and balance, it just so happened to happen in the seventh house. And because there is, or there lies, and it's getting ready to change now, in the seventh house, the node of destiny is the south node. That's past life, ancestors. There's past life shit going on now. And it's playing out in this lifetime based on events that took place in the past, in this lifetime, in our lifetime. Now the scales are being balanced. I don't care what they do to build that back up. The last people that will have the say is the spirit of the ancestors of that land. And there's nothing that they can do about it. It may not register with a lot of us now because we're so caught up into this here government matrix system. But at some point in time, when the ancestors return, that you can physically see them, it's about to go down. And the God of this book is powerless. Our people, spiritual beings, worship, acknowledge the sun as a source of energy that gives life, harvest, and everything. They knew when the high tides would come when it came to the moon. They knew when planetary alignments took place, earthquakes, tsunamis, whatever, volcanoes. They knew this. So this is the time and the season of spiritual retribution. Now you could throw in everybody else being exposed, but what nobody want to talk about is karma. What goes around comes around. What goes around comes around. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about the history. See, a lot of times people will just overlook history because they feel like history don't matter. Well, let me tell you something. Let me come and take over your land. And your children, your descendants live. And they remember me as a child, when they was a child, that I took over your land, your house, your resources, your gold, your natural resources, your minerals, your coal, your everything. And they'll be like, ain't that the man? So some of us recognize our ancestors' enemies as descendants. Like me. Ain't that the same people? Yeah, they're the descendants of the people. Our ancestors, our parents has been on this land for you ain't been there more than 10,000 years. How did you get the land? They took it. And by way of disease, treaties, and laws, they took it. Just like they took our women. They took it. These people are not ancient. Notice how y'all just saw that one away. All the likes went to 0 and it just popped back up 62. These people do not like people like me. They don't. I'm not boo-hooing and crying. I'm not sad. What goes around comes around. You shouldn't even be there. I'm just now y'all talking to me now. You ought to be glad that my ancestors didn't take 24,000 people. because that's what they took in 1 year. By their own diseases, their own admission, I just read to you, and by force. That was a warning. The woman, the hurricane, the one that y'all stripped of her earthly goddess status, if you will, and blamed her, the mother of my ancestors in the physical, blamed my ancient mother for all of your sins that your God and your sons, his sons, are responsible for. And they're not from this planet. We worship the sun. We relish the sun because it gave us life. But our sun, that same sun, if they out in it too much, it'll kill them. So they have to mix. And you got what you call 1%ers. And these 1%ers, these here fake Indians, so to speak, they only did that. Now they get all of the benefits from the federal government away from our people. That's a warning. They ought to be glad that the ancestors' spirit didn't kill 25,000 people, 24,000 people. The attempt was to extinct us. A lot of these beings, they couldn't have children. They had to clone. They had to mate with us. Because there's a gene, there's a DNA that only a certain group of people have on this planet. Especially when it comes to reproduction. Now, some things are just destined to happen. And it's going to get worse. The ancestors not playing no more. And if you siding with the beast, the system, the invaders, and you adapt to their gods, they God, your ancestors can't help you. They can't help you. You're a disgrace. If you holding on to the same system that destroyed our people, the spirit of those people that rule over this here planet and have to deal with these Nephilims from another planet, they running them up out of here. When they say there's a war going on in heaven, that's what they talking about. It's a spiritual war. Ain't no place. They ain't on no battlefield somewhere fighting and shit. No. It's right here. It's right here and above your head. And with that sun that our ancestors worship as our life-giving source of energy and life, now it is exposing all secrets, darkness. So if you have teamed up with the enemy, the beast, your ancestors is coming against you. If you using their spiritual, their religion and their rituals, and even their form of divination, their dark spell work, that they took from us that we use to help people to heal, to help people to prosper, to bless the land, to bless the resources of the land. And you're using their rituals, because a lot of us are brainwashed and we're using their rituals against each other. You will have more problem today with people that look like me and you than the damn beasts that invaded the land. And your ancestors said, that's why you struggle. That's why you own less than 0.5% of your own damn land, because you are with the enemy. They can't help you. As a collective group, we struggle because we refuse to see the handwriting. We refuse to see the history that they left for us. They wiped out all of a lot of shit. They took our belief system and replaced it. They took our languages and replaced it with this. And in this book, you got to obey them according to the son of their own God. You got to obey them, worship their God, bow down to them, because we're cowards, like Malcolm X said. We're cowards. Cowards. Spiritual cowards. And ain't shit can be done. Add that 1959 up. This is the year, from a year standpoint. Break that down to the universal language of 6. I just showed it to you. Elements. Elements. And it's about to get worse. Some people are being exposed and ain't nobody stitching on them. It's just their ancestors just snatching that cover, exposing a lot of shit. But you ain't gonna hear them. You ain't gonna hear your federal government talk about the history of that land, that area that was just totally just almost demolished. It's like the ancestors come through there and they say, you know what? We tie it up. Make them start all over. And they ain't done. At some point in time, there's going to be people that's going to be forced out. I'm telling y'all now. There's going to be a great migration in the future. And it's not going to be us leaving. You can't fathom this right now because you're not spiritual. You're not in tune and in touch with your guides and your ancestors. If you were, you will be sitting back, licking your chops, eating popcorn and peanuts per se, because you know it's getting ready to go down. So all this alien invasions and these zombies, okay then, all right, whatever. I ain't buying none of that shit from y'all. They're always talking about invasions and shit, fear mongering, fear factors, to scare your ass to be running to the stores and shit and getting guns and bullets and shit. It's a spiritual war. Your guns and your bullets and your nukes and your bombs, they ain't gonna even amount to shit. They'll make that ancestor make that shit blow up in your face. I come from a powerful ancient heritage, and I'm proud of it. And I'm so glad that the ancestors said, okay, this is the time. Now is the time. We're going to start from when they tried to extinct us in 1959. Add that shit up because they were spiritual beings and numbers was very important to them. It was part of their spiritual systems and their ritual ceremony time frame. This was hell Ling. They gave it the right name. Hell. They gave it the right name. Anybody got any questions? Anybody want a mini reading before I leave? What's going on with you? Pick 3. Cali, y'all good? Goddess of the strength, muscles, whatever that is. What's up, Molly? Everybody good? Felix, everybody good? Hold on, let me get this fool out of here. Y'all always gonna have one. Get that damn fool out of here. What's up, y'all? Y'all doing good? Shamika, everybody good? Everybody good? Ata Allah, what's up? Everybody good? Hillary, good? Sigma, good? My brother, my homie, you good? Guided by spirituality. What's up, y'all? There will be no rapture. That's that damn John Nelson Darby bullshit of the 1830s. They put that shit in this book. And now I'm waiting on somebody else's God, son. Look how they took it back to 0. Look at the likes. See how they messing with me? They took, listen. If you waiting on somebody else's God to come and snatch your ass up in the sky, you brainwashed. Please don't believe me. I'm just telling you. The same God of the people in Genesis that raped our women, y'all waiting on his son to come and get you. The same God that raped our women, killed our men on this land, y'all waiting on their God, son, to come and get you. The only son that's going to reveal and give you life is the one up over your head outside. Other than that, it ain't happening. I promise you. That I can promise you. And on that note, what's up, Deborah? Happy Lee, y'all good? Sure ain't. Everybody good? Cancerian girl, hey you. Everybody good? Marie, Jalissa, everybody good? K. Elam, what it do? Everybody good? They not going to talk about that. Ain't nobody going to be talking about this here on no social media. They scared. They scared. Yeah, they is. They scared. It's like, it's one of those, when it happened in Katrina, just look at the amount of people that didn't give 2 damn fucks about our people down there. Now the whole country want us to be in remorseful energy. Because they got a tropical depression that my ancestors intensified and turned into one of the most deadliest storms in American history. And it ain't even over with yet. I'm not just talking about the hurricane. Katrina took on a hurricane. These people up in the Appalachian Mountain took on a tropical depression, a rainmaker. Forced them to open up their levees and washed away entire towns. They keep messing with me. I got a stalker, a hacker on this channel. I don't give a shit. As long as one person hear my voice, spread it, share the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, whatever. The genie is out the bottle now. And it's going to get worse. Kamala Harris, she going to be exposed. Barack Obama gonna be exposed. Everybody, entertainment, athletes, politicians, people in your family, people in my family, everybody. The ancestors ain't bullshit. Everybody getting it. Everybody gonna get some, because the ancestors is pissed. Spirit, you call source, God, is pissed. Enough is enough. Pluto, look, I'm gonna line you up with Jupiter and Saturn and Uranus. Y'all go down there and take care of shit and let my people go. We'll see y'all in the next one. It's crazy. Something just destined to happen. They keep messing with me. That's all right. Peace.